No, it's not happening.
Sing it, Joe.
No, bro, I'm not singing it.
Sing it, man.
No, man.
Try Jesus. Don't try me.
Yeah.
Hold hands.
Oh, that was great. I love that.
So 5. Yeah. People of the free world.
Yeah.
Paradise.
Hey, that's right. That's all we can sing of that song because we don't have the rights to that. We don't.
We don't have the church.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, y'all can see we're not even in the same studio. So.
No. You ain't came on over to this side of God.
Man, we're a little low on funds. But that's all right.
We'll pray for you.
Straight up.
We don't, but you know.
That's why people need to mess with us, man, because because try Jesus. Don't try me. I throw hands. Oh man, hey, I gotta stop messing with you, bro. I gotta stop messing with you. I'm serious though, but that's why people need to mess with us, man, because we real, man. Well, you know, like we look out for the people. We try to make sure everybody wins. So yeah, man. So if you know,
they think because we got good personalities, this shit be a cakewalk. It ain't. No.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you, it's so difficult sometimes, man, because you don't get treated the way that you should. And so the reason I feel like that, and me and you are the same, which is why this argument is gonna hurt a little bit, because I know how you feel about this guy, but I think this guy sometimes gets a bad rap for being similar.
Okay. Who are you talking about?
Marcus Smart.
Oh, the Splash Brother killer.
Hey, that man didn't do anything wrong, though, is the point. That man didn't do it. Bruh, all he did is what coaches expect from you. Is play hard.
Make him sing about a good person.
That is ridiculous. Okay. You know what? We're gonna talk about it. But I've been wanting to do this. This is another episode of Neighborhood Guides. In case y'all didn't know. It's your boy. It's your boy Ali and Joseph. And we on here, Neighborhood Guys episode. What's this, 5?
It's 5.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, 5.
So this number 5, man. And this how we kick it off, man. The show is called Neighborhood Guys because we give respect to the individuals that come out of their neighborhoods, and they're looked up to, they're inspired by. And so our hats go off to these guys. These are just debates, and we're talking about what they do on the court. Sometimes it bleeds into what they do off of the court, but it's not about them as a person. So because it's not a personal attack, but we do analyze people. So I think the dichotomy of what we do here on this show is awesome, because we point out how people are so influential in certain places, and we analyze them. And so to be objective in that. I think is special because we get to do all of that in the same realm, in the same show. And so the topics change. Sometimes it's music, sometimes we singing your boy Toby's song, man, because he cold. But at the end of the day, we could talk about people being your boy Bubba Dub, what he say? Big trash. Hey, low key, I think this will happen in Minnesota with Russ. I think they've been watching Bubba Dub because the boy Patrick Beverly is a mess, man.
If Russ never practiced after the game, I guarantee you practice some jumpers.
He made three. He made three last night. He made three last night, and the game saver to go into overtime.
Because they were so hard on that man.
Man. No, he had to. All right, man. So let's get started, man. We got your boy Marcus Smart, man. That's cool. This man is out of Lancaster, Texas. You a mess. He played for Oklahoma State, man. And he was the number 6 overall pick in 2000 and what year was that? 2014. So I remember him, man, and he was a beast at Oklahoma State just because of his size and also his ability. Like, he was athletic, he would dunk on you, and he could knock down shots consistently enough to where you didn't leave him open. And I thought he would go higher. He had an incident against, I think, a fan from Texas Tech. But you know, that incident is you know, it's not looked upon in the same light as if he were a professional. In college, you get scrutinized a little more as a player. You don't have player associations and things like that because you represent a college, which is then represented in the conference.
Situation of if there was a white person yelling out racial slurs to him during the game. Yeah. So I understand him losing his cool. It just was bad timing for him personally.
I mean, yeah, and that happens sometimes. People make mistakes and then you move on. Yeah. But you know, Marcus Smart plays hard, man. And so coming out of Texas, man, if I'm not mistaken, I think a friend of his played with him at Oklahoma State. And so from what I heard, you know, like that was his partner. And so sometimes you find yourself in situations where you got a lot of weight on your shoulder. And especially being from where he's from, and I know he's looked up to back home, man. But in situations where, you know what I mean, you know, you supposed to be the guy, you supposed to be, yeah. I mean, he was basically a lottery pick. Yeah. And everybody saw that, you know, and so, you know, you got your homeboy, you took him to college with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a lot going on. And at that moment, you realize how human you are. These men, man, I'm telling you, these men are idolized. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but it's reality. And that's a very precarious situation to be in. And so stronger individuals are determined by the decision that they make.
Right.
And so a lot of times bad decision making or not being strong enough to make the right decision is brought on by immaturity.
Right.
And so whether you didn't have the right people around you, whether you hadn't seen enough good examples of, or whether you're not in a place where you could be mature, because we don't grow on our own. Like nobody is matured by themselves. That's not the way maturity works, right? God gives us parents and gives us siblings and neighborhoods and communities to help us mature, to help us grow. And so if you're not in something or an environment that's conducive to your maturity, that's as much a problem as your age or your demographic. And so you have individuals who find themselves in situations like Marcus Smart did, and he didn't hurt the man. So at the end of the day, I don't even remember what happened to that guy, but it wasn't what Marcus Smart did to me wasn't that serious. Say it again.
You're talking about the fan, right?
Yeah. I'm talking about the fan.
Okay.
So yeah, man, that's crazy to me. But
yeah, I think
I want to apologize to the people because we had an audio issue and we kind of fell off topic, but we're going to get back to there. But at the moment, we talking about Mike Epps. So we're going to get back to Marcus Smart in a second. But Mike Epps' ass is hilarious. He was like, cut to the little boy in the giraffe, little boy in the hood walking the giraffe that he stole from Michael Jackson's house. He said, where you get that at? I stole it from Michael Jackson and them. I can see Michael Jackson running to prison.
That's crazy.
I want him dead tonight. Go get Bubbles and bring him back. All right, Mike gonna be here in the morning, y'all. Let's impress him. We're practicing their dance moves and shit. All right, that's enough. That's enough. He gonna be here in the morning.
Okay, man.
I want him dead tonight. I'm gonna fuck these niggas up. Don't make me fuck you up, nigga.
I remember that one. Okay, man. Marcus Smart.
Be tripping. Be tripping, man.
Marcus Smart, man.
He said, I seen a pimp hit a bitch with a snowball one time in Chicago. Go get the money. The bitch was on them high heels. The snow. Where high heels in the snow?
You a mess, man.
That man is a mess. He said that shit.
I know he did. Come on, man. Talk about Marcus Smart.
Yeah, Marcus Smart is a good player, man. He's an undersized shooting guard. He's an extraordinary defender. He's very tenacious on defense. He relates to me a lot because I look at myself as a defensive first player, even though a lot of people remember me for scoring points. Not to say that I was anybody important, but I'm a neighborhood person, so that's the neighborhood guys. That's a neighborhood hooper. Anyway, I'm just saying, on the neighborhood courts, I had my reputation of being a defensive player, and Marcus Smart is that version of me in the NBA. But I have never kicked the light-skinned nigga in the face on a hustle play.
What?
Only person I can think of that's done something like that is Rajon Rondo in
You
Kentucky.
ridiculous, man. Yeah, you were ridiculous. You something else.
Okay. Not only did Marcus Smart turn into a human bowling ball the other night when Boston was playing the Warriors on Draymond Green's second game back, the third game back as a trio, or second game back as a trio that we've seen in 3 years, 1,005 days. Marcus Smart tries to injure two of the three big three in Golden State on one play. So the first play, I let him slide. It was very unintentional. It was just a hustle play. An overly hustle play. You should have knew that this light skinned nigga was right there. And if you potentially hurt him, your career might be over. Your career might be over with forever.
I want to talk so bad. Go ahead.
Your career might be over with forever if you hurt this nigga because he's like the face of the league now.
I want to talk so bad.
And you know he's fragile. You know he's fragile. You can't be diving in there trying to hustle. I mean, I know this goes against everything coaches ever taught you in life. I know. But you got to know when certain niggas right, bro, if Jay-Z over there, you don't throw no punches and nobody close to him, bro. Like, you might hit Jay. It's like that with Steph. Like, Steph over there, bro, let him have that ball, that loose ball. Because if you hurt that nigga, bro, you might be out the league for the next 10 years. But not only does that happen, and it's a freak accident, Steph tears or it hurts ligaments in his toe, and then it potentially rose his ankle. You come right down on the next, after that loose ball, and you kick Klay Thompson in the neck like you Takashi off of Naruto. Kakashi, you Naruto. Like, what are you doing? Bro, if you miss the initial attempt for the block with your hand, you don't stick your foot up there. That's not how this works. This is not soccer. This is not the MMA, bro. No, you don't try to kick this man. He just, you know how fragile Klay Thompson is?
You are a mess, sir.
Klay Thompson got injured the last 2 of the 3 seasons he played in. We haven't seen this nigga play. He came back looking like that white boy from damn it, what is his name? From SNL?
Semi-pro, you talking about Will Ferrell?
Yes. He came, this is his fault. He tore some shit up. He came back looking like that nigga. That's how long we ain't seen him play. He wear headbands now. Klay Thompson don't wear fucking headbands. His hair is terrible. Klay hair is terrible, man. I just want somebody to cut that shit off, bro. I don't want to see Klay Thompson no fucking headband, bro. You're not 2006 LeBron, bro.
Oh,
what are you doing? What are you doing? You're not Ricky LeBron out there, bro. Stop it. Take off the headband. Maybe he feel like if he wear headbands, he won't get hurt. I don't know. He's been shooting amazing though, but we knew that was coming. Anyway, Marcus Smart didn't have to do all that. I'm done with my side of that.
Okay. So, first of all,
the Flash Brother killer.
Man, first of all, if anybody played basketball and was worried about somebody being light-skinned or
oh man,
or white or whatever, then they can't play their game.
I play like a dark-skinned dude. I don't know nothing about that. I'm caramel. But I play like a dark-skinned dude.
Okay, listen, man. You don't have to compare yourself to Starbucks drinks.
I can't relate. I'm mocha. I'm mocha, man. I can't relate. I'm mocha chocolate drizzle.
Look, we don't have to go there. We don't.
I'm hoping, bro. I'm not calling for out.
I'm saying though, man, it's ridiculous.
I'm in your shorts.
Ali, it's ridiculous, okay? It's ridiculous that I should be worried about Steph Curry or Klay Thompson or LeBron James or Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan or anybody. Like, I should be able to play basketball. And if I'm playing basketball, don't give me a Brady rule where you can't play football. And even that's a little more egregious because you tackling somebody. But this is
Right.
basketball. Like, you don't tackle people.
No.
You're going for loose balls by and large. Every now and then you might get somebody out of control.
Yeah.
Or you might get somebody who's doing something intentionally.
A lot out of control.
But yes, but those two things are going to happen whether you have a rule or not. So it doesn't make sense to punish the people who are actually playing basketball, the people who are doing something that they have been taught to do. It's not like hitting somebody, because I'm not giving myself a concussion. I'm not giving them a concussion, or I'm not like possibly taking them out of the game. I'm diving for a loose ball. I'm not diving at anyone. I'm diving for a ball. So if they start trying to change rules for that, that's ridiculous. And so if there's not a rule against it, then I shouldn't have to be worried about Steph Curry and his injury-riddled career. You know what I mean? Early part.
I asked you a question.
Can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I'll save it.
Early part of his career. But listen, man, I think Marcus Smart is a smart guy. And he plays tough.
A bowling ball.
Like so I don't think that was intentional, nor do I think it was a dirty play. I think it's something that just happens in basketball. And then the second play was just him jumping. Like, first of all, he didn't make contact with Klay Thompson. Second of all, it didn't come that close. It was like his chest area.
Didn't he though?
No. It was his chest area. Klay Thompson actually had his leg at one point with his arm.
His leg shouldn't have been up there.
So you telling the man not to jump? Where's his leg supposed to go?
His leg was not supposed to go up there, Joe.
Man, listen, if the man jumps that high, which he did, because I just stated earlier that he was athletic, he still is.
Yeah.
Recording in progress.
Okay, my bad. Do you hear this echo?
Yes.
I'm finna stop. You had to stop the recording.
All right, here we go, man. So I don't think he has done anything egregious. He didn't hurt anybody intentionally. If Steph didn't want to get injured, right? Because if somebody else needs to be worried about his light skin behind being injured, it needs to be him first and foremost.
Yeah, it do.
So if if he didn't want to get hurt, then he shouldn't have went for the ball.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's basketball. Somebody's possibly gonna die for it. It's on the floor. It's a loose ball. So I'm not I'm not running over there. So I think the man is fine, man. I think he gets, every now and then there are certain individuals that get picked on. I think he's one of those people. He's been picked on, I think, by his coaches. He's a starting point guard in the league. Yeah. And he should have been one, I think, for years.
Right.
Boston never saw it that way, even though he makes timely buckets. He can shoot. You can't leave him. And he makes smart plays and he hustles. So what more could you want? He gets the ball to Jaylen Brown and gets the ball to Jason Tatum, and they go to work. And he knows that. And he knows that these are my guys. Let me. But
he's a shooting guard.
Say that again.
But he's a shooting guard, really.
No, he's not. He's their point guard. That's what he is. That's what he has been. That's what he was in college. That's what he is right now. Oh, excuse me. Because it's what he is. And so I think they're thriving right now because of that. I think Udoka finally was like, I don't know necessarily that Brad Stevens has done it. I don't think he has. Who was their coach before Brad Stevens got there? in 2013.
I don't really remember.
But whoever was there before Udoka, I don't know that they necessarily had a conversation with him saying, look, man, I want you to be the starting point guard on this team. So I think that's important when you can have that conversation with somebody who already believes that, but probably just haven't seen enough people in the right places affirm him. And so I think that's been huge for him. I think that's also been huge for Tatum, who's leading that team, MVP caliber level since the All-Star break. And also Jaylen Brown, who's an all-star, who's balling out of his mind as well. I think, and they do it both on both ends, by the way.
This is the best that they've ever played together for me.
Right. And that just goes back to the narrative again. I think Udoka is doing an awesome job because he's talking to these guys about stuff they probably never have really talked about, even though it's been implied. But when the media and anybody asks questions, can you not play with this guy? Like, y'all not get along and all these stupid questions, they don't let that bother them. So they dismiss the question, but they just carry on with things as usual. I don't know that it's actually been dealt with. And I feel like maybe Coach Udoka was like, hey guys, listen, ain't nobody going nowhere. Y'all gonna ball together like y'all supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's finally, I don't know that they've ever had that kind of conversation. And so my point is, I think he's doing the same thing to Marcus Smart. And because Marcus Smart is balling and being consistent, he's taking the weight off of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown's back where they can actually just play basketball. They don't have to worry about nothing else because Marcus Smart, like, I got all the rest of that. The similar thing that Draymond does for Golden State.
Right.
You know what I mean? PJ
Marcus Smart got
similar like it's pick. You know, it's a role within, it's a bunch of roles that you have to play. Especially in the NBA and as a starting point guard. But I think he's doing it well. I think he's gonna be all right. And Boston is scared of me, man. And some stuff, like, you say that, but Solange got away with it. Okay, go ahead.
Solange?
Yeah, you did bring up Jay-Z. You like, if Jay-Z over there, you better not throw no punches.
Solange got away with what?
Solange didn't think so.
Because she's a female. And her sister is his husband.
Okay. Oh, but you said,
her sister is his wife.
I'm just saying, it's exceptions, bro.
He could have got away with murder.
It's exceptions.
He could have killed Jay-Z. All they had to say was like, he said he was finna kill us.
It's exceptions, is all I'm saying.
Not for Marcus Smart and Steph Curry, no. It ain't no exception. He's like the most untouchable dude in the league, bro. You fight Steph, your career is gonna be over. If Steph would have got up mad, ready to throw hands,
it's over.
We wouldn't have seen Marcus Smart no more after
it's
that.
Over.
I'd have been like, ban him from the league, give him the OJ Mayo treatment tonight. He would have been like, Marcus Smart
right now, immediately.
He was a good player, but he put his hands on Steph. You know, we don't play that babyface shit. He would have had a bunch of undercover agents at his locker. I didn't even know this nigga had security. So you kick Steph? You roll Steph's ankle tonight? Let me talk to you for a minute. Close that door.
Now forget that. That man gonna have Subway and State Farm and Car Time and
threats.
Carfax, whatever. Gonna have all the executives standing at the locker door.
and that include all the other people that's getting endorsements from them same people too. Shit, Chris Paul, Shaq.
Mr. Smart, we like to talk to you. We got a couple lawyers.
You know you fucked up, right?
Yeah.
So you said it was definitely 8:30.
You said 11:30?
Not yeah, you said 9:30. You know you fucked up, right?
Oh man.
You done blew your career in Boston, brother.
Gone.
Nah, but luckily, I don't think Steph gonna miss that many games. And Clay didn't get hurt. So if Clay would have got hurt too, bro.
Listen.
That shit would have been bad, bro.
Listen, you could feel all of that on Steph on what's his name? Steve Kerr's face when Steph got hurt. When Steph Curry got hurt, Steve Kerr almost cried. He almost
was lit.
cried.
He was livid, man.
Yeah, but you hurt him. You hurt him. I was like, oh, Steve is about to burst out in a color purple cry.
He been waiting on this shit for so long, bro. He been waiting to see them niggas play together again for so long.
But you hurt him, man.
He's like, this is his championship aspirations going down the toilet, bro. Like, Steph just got back in rhythm. His birthday was yesterday. At the time, it was yesterday. His birthday was yesterday. He just got out of his shooting slump.
Yeah.
He just hit 47. It's like, you heard this nigga the next game. God damn, bro.
It's crazy.
I felt his tears. I felt the tears, the potential tears Steve Kerr had on his face.
Crazy, I'm telling you.
I felt them. She crazy. Yeah. And we've been waiting so long to see them play together. And they like the funnest team in the league to me, aside from the Grizzlies to watch.
Yeah, they're the most entertaining. They're the most entertaining this year. I mean, besides, we don't know how. Yeah, we do. If KD and Kyrie are playing, then they're more exciting basketball to watch.
Yeah, Brooklyn is fun basketball.
Just because it's more amazing basketball.
I don't know. No.
Yeah, listen, the shots that they make are ridiculous.
Yeah, especially for Kyrie.
Yeah, I mean, and when you talk about Golden State, you talk about Steph.
But that's the same thing, though.
No, Golden State wins because they play well, like everybody together collectively.
His play is amazing, and his shots are amazing, more so to me than Kyrie's. And so
you said Steph.
On top of that, yeah. And then so
I agree.
Then he got.
But it's
all
just
these other guys.
It's just
Kuminga,
Steph.
Yeah, Kuminga's having a dunk contest every game. Gary Payton Jr. is having highlights every game, and he's
okay, that's cool. But
shooting the shit out that motherfucker.
Listen, bro, it's cool, but exciting is going.
It's exciting
every play. It's only Steph at Golden State. Even when Clay goes off, Clay's shots are just like he looks like he's in the gym by himself. He's not fading away off of 1 foot, falling back, almost touching the ground and letting it go and split. Like that's not. We talk about Steph in that way, but not Golden State.
But no, Kuminga be like that too, though.
No, bro. No.
You don't think Kuminga exciting?
No, that man ain't there yet.
I think Gary Payton exciting.
And I'm not saying they're not exciting. I just told you I agree with you at first because I thought, they are. Usually they've been the most exciting team to watch in the league, but as I thought about it, I was like, no, Brooklyn is more exciting to watch than them when everybody is playing. Because
if James was still there, I would agree with you.
No, I'm telling you, man, KD and Kyrie is enough for me. Like them two, like must watch. Because
Kyrie's must watch.
You don't know if they're going. You don't know if they're gonna go for 50 or if they both go for 50 and score 100 points. Has that ever been done? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's more exciting to me than Clay and Steph, which, by the way, can do the same thing.
But it ain't just Clay.
But Clay is coming back from an injury, and he doesn't do it as consistently as Kyrie or KD can do it.
Yeah.
And so, and when you also take into account the factor of the wow factor, right? Like I said, Klay Thompson just looks like he's in the gym getting up jump shots. Like he had a 24-hour fitness or something.
But that ain't how Steph look.
And no, that's what I'm saying. But that is how KD and Kyrie both look when they play.
I'd rather watch Steph than Kyrie. Because
Me too. But I would much rather watch KD and Kyrie
than Clay,
as opposed to Steph, right? By himself. So it like for me,
KD kind of just looked like he going through the motions to me too. Like how you saying Clay look. Like that's how KD looked to me. Like
no. That's how he gets a bulk of his points. But then in the crunch time, when it's like it's not just a regular shot. You talking about like stepping away,
leaners and
and like behind the back, you like
he'll cross niggas too and dunk. Yeah, so I mean,
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
that's exciting shit too.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like for me,
I'd rather watch a Warriors game, but I see your point though. If they both playing on different stations, I'm gonna watch the Warriors game.
We might be talking about the finals preview,
or I'm gonna base it off of who they playing against and put it like that.
We might be that'd
be
might
nice.
Be talking about a finals preview.
I think Brooklyn will be in the finals for sure. Especially if Kyrie ended up being able to play somehow. I think that, to be honest, I think KD can beat everybody by himself.
He's that
to
good.
Be honest,
he's that good.
Yeah, he's that good. He is, because he got the pieces around him to win a series now. Like even if Kyrie not playing, he got better pieces than they had last year.
Yes,
as far as a starting five,
yeah,
and a bench, like they got other dudes that can contribute 20 points a game on any given night. It don't have to be, and he can give you 40, 50, 80 night. So that's a game winning
backup center.
That's what I'm saying.
Marcus Aldridge, who's money from mid range and can knock the three down.
And they got Seth Curry.
Yep, they got Seth. They got Patty Mills.
Patty Mills. That's what I was gonna say. So
when is Joe Harris supposed to come back?
I think he out for the season. He had season surgery.
Did he? I thought he was gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think he had knee surgery or something.
That's messed up.
I don't even remember. It might have been elbow surgery. I can't remember right now. What's his name?
Joe Harris.
I'm gonna give y'all the truth.
Tell y'all what we think.
Yeah. He had ankle surgery. And this season ended in ankle surgery. So now he won't be back this year.
Yeah.
It's on his left ankle.
But yeah, you're right. Even without Kyrie, they can win some away games. They can win some home games, or
they can win enough series until, like how we was talking about how they might potentially play Toronto in the first round. They're gonna beat Toronto with no Kyrie.
Yeah, with no Kyrie.
Easily.
With no Kyrie.
We ain't have to worry about Kyrie playing.
Siakam don't want none of that smoke.
That's what I'm saying. Fred VanVleet don't want none of the smoke.
He don't want none of that smoke from Kyrie.
You know what's fucking crazy, bro? I'm finna go left. But I was playing the game yesterday. Tell me why I was playing Toronto and them niggas on there just like the 96 Bulls. Fred VanVleet went like 12 for 14 from the field. Siakam was like 10 for 12 from the field. And I put Vince Carter on there because I do shit like that. I put Vince Carter on their team. Vince ass was like 16 for 20 from the field, bro.
Well, that's why.
That don't matter. These niggas didn't miss a shot the whole game.
Bruh, when you put Vince Carter, hey, you know what? I'm tired of the disrespect that my boy has been getting, man. Why are they not messing with VC, man? I don't get it, bruh.
It's his personality, man. He's too nice.
Man, that man was the truth, bruh.
It's like me. Like people think I'm too nice, but when I'm playing ball, I ain't nice. It's the same thing with Vince Carter. Vince Carter didn't play basketball nice, but when you talk to him, you think he's nice. So that's how they base him, like off of his personality, bro.
That's horrible.
He top 75 his damn self.
How was he not? How was he not?
How was he not on there and Damian Lillard on there?
Once again, there
is no comparison. He's way better than Damian Lillard. he like Kobe level. He's the Wayne Wade level.
Yeah. So you can't tell me that once upon a time Vince Carter wasn't better than Kobe?
Vince Carter was better than Kobe for like 2 seasons.
Okay.
When they won the championship, when the Lakers won the championship, Vince was better than Kobe.
Okay.
But that was before 2003.
I'm
I
just
said
saying.
Kobe was the best. Kobe was the best player in the league from 2003 to 2013.
Look, definitely not by 2010 for sure. Like, definite.
You think LeBron was the
But
man?
I think
that year for sure.
I think by like 2008, which is when LeBron won the scoring title, I feel like that year he was like, okay, I can lead the league in scoring. And he
talking
showed
about
that.
LeBron?
Yeah. And he was
But
like,
LeBron could have led the league in scoring every year.
Right. That's my point.
If he was selfish enough to do that.
That's my point.
I think he needs to be that version of LeBron right now for the Lakers. I don't want to change the subject. I'm just saying that's I had meant to say that to you the other night.
No, he just needs to keep playing this game. Russ is picking it up. They'll be all right. They're gonna shock a lot of people. But I'm just saying, bro, like, I feel like if wait a minute, what were we talking about?
We talking about Kobe. We talking about Kobe not being the best player to 2013.
Yes, I feel like there were a few people who were better than him at any given time. And it ain't even about
I don't.
I obviously think I disagree with Allen Iverson's top 5, right?
I didn't even hear that Allen Iverson's top 5.
Oh, his top 5 in order are Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, somebody in Shaq. Who did he say was
KG?
No.
Was it a power forward? Tim Duncan?
Let me see.
I mean, his list sound like my list. He sound like me. There's no stranger to the fact that me and Iverson share similar qualities. For the people of you that don't know at home, I wore an Iverson sleeve through most of my neighborhood playing career. And a headband. And niggas call me AI.
Steph is his number 4.
Okay.
He
had to throw a little guy in there.
I like his top 5. I like his top 5. He put a
little guy in his spot. That's all he did.
I just wouldn't have and also he put Shaq and Kobe.
But it doesn't matter. Shaq is one of the best.
It does matter though, because those are like them two together beat him in the final. So he's like,
they're that good.
Yeah. So he's like, listen, both of these dudes with that, and it took that to beat me.
He know that they that good.
So they gotta be
the whole
top 5.
Did.
They gotta be. You
talking about the number 1 center and number 1 shooting guard on the same team for the longest.
That's what. Nah. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Kobe's arguably the best shooting guard of that era.
Because to you, like, that's why that's the whole point. That's the whole point. Like, I feel like during that era, there were other 2 guards that were better than him at the time. Like,
there is nobody but Vince. But Vince wasn't even a 2 guard yet. Vince was still a small forward. No, there's nobody but Iverson.
What you mean Vince wasn't a 2 guard? Vince always been a 2 guard.
Vince was a small forward first.
Vince was a shooting guard. He's always been a shooting guard. What are you talking about?
He hasn't always been a shooting guard.
When was he not a shooting guard? Who was playing alongside?
When he was in Toronto, he was a small forward.
And who was playing shooting guard?
What's that dude's name? Hold on. Give me a second. I go there.
He was in Toronto. He was a shooting guard, bro.
No.
Yes, he was.
No. Yes, he was a small forward.
No, bro.
Second, we'll get there. I ain't got the white box with Xfinity, so they just don't move. Xfinity got the white box. That's for the people with the money, with the rich money.
Man,
Shit. And I got too many windows open. Also, it's making this worse. I'm sub watching some of the Memphis Boise game, but we'll get to that after we finish with this.
Of course, we got to talk about
Okay,
I can't wait
Toronto.
for
I'm telling you the truth here because I want you to admit you're wrong.
I can't wait for Gonzaga.
I'm looking at his references. He was a small forward from 99 to 2001 on that Toronto team. He switched to shooting guard the 2002 season, 2001, 2002 season. And I can't remember I think Aaron Williams was the shooting guard. I'm trying to remember.
Okay. Alvin Williams?
Yeah. I'm just guessing. I'm not sure. I'm trying to look for sure and tell you. Man, this whole giving me the runaround. Doug Christie. Doug Christie was the shooting guard.
Okay.
How you don't remember he was a small forward?
I don't know, because in my mind he's always been a shooting guard.
Nah, he switched to shooting guard really when he went to was it Jersey?
Mm-hmm.
They saying he switched before that in Toronto, but I know he switched for sure. But he played his first few seasons as a small forward. I didn't even know he switched in while he was Wichita. Maybe after Doug Christie left, maybe. Well, yeah, he was a small forward when Kobe was the man. He was a small forward.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Damn, I just lost that screen I was on, and I wanted it. But yeah, after he switched, switched to shooting guard, he was a shooting guard forever till he got to Memphis, and he went back to small forward.
No,
he was like the best small forward in the league.
He was a shooting guard in Memphis. Oh, he did go back to small forward once, like a year.
That's the only position he could play at that point because he was so fucking old. Like
that man will still catch you slipping too.
Yeah, he still was knocking.
That man played power forward in Atlanta. What the hell?
I ain't surprised about that. That must have been when Atlanta. No, I ain't even know. That was last year.
I wasn't that long ago.
That was like year before last. Nah, but he was shooting guard in Jersey because of Richard Jefferson, and that's all I'm thinking in my head. Like Richard Jefferson made him be the shooting guard, and I like that team. I like that team a lot, to be honest. Him, Jason Kidd, and RJ. That shit was nasty.
Yeah, but who did they have? They had Keith Van Horn.
That shit was nasty.
And it was nasty how Iverson crossed that man over. Did you see his leg?
Keith Van Horn?
Yeah.
I remember a lot of Iverson highlights. Iverson probably got one of the best highlights tapes of all time in the NBA.
David Stern was like, listen, man, you can't use that crossover.
No more.
Bruh,
no more.
Bruh, look, if
that's the worst thing he ever did to the league.
Like, how can you tell me Allen Iverson wasn't better than Kobe, man?
He wasn't. He was. I mean, he was excited. He was more exciting than Kobe.
You tell me Vince Carter was better than Kobe for a couple years, but then you tell me that Iverson was better than Kobe.
But this is when Kobe first got in the league. When I'm talking about Vince Carter is better than Kobe. Like initially, when they both jumped in the league, Vince Carter was a phenom. Like Kobe was too, though. But Vince Carter was on, like, he was solidified, like, on the level he needed to be on when he got in the league. He just got a better jumper that next season after that. But he was already putting up all the numbers for him to be amazing. Like, but Kobe wasn't not putting up amazing numbers. After Eddie Jones and them got traded, he was the man. His numbers was right up there with everybody else's, and he still had Shaq. Like, so who the fuck could guard him one-on-one? He was gonna get a lot of one-on-one matchups. He just was. And that might have made him look better than he really was because he could play a lot of games one-on-one and Iverson couldn't. Possibly.
You said
but who the fuck was on?
You said Iverson.
I said Iverson couldn't play a lot of games one-on-one because he didn't have nobody to take that pressure off of him. Like defenses could double Iverson. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Faster than they could double.
That's not one-on-one.
No, I was saying Kobe could take people one-on-one, which made him look better. That's what I'm saying. They might have made Kobe look better at the time because he could play people more one-on-one because they couldn't leave Shaq. They had to pay attention to Shaq and double him.
That's my point. So my point is, if he was doing that, if Iverson was doing that, being double team and triple team, only at like 6 feet, like, come on, bro. Like, if that man actually had a team, like, get out of here. You can't tell me that man, it's not better. At some point, wasn't better than Kobe. Now, I'm not just basing this off of offense, though. If we talking about overall, Kobe was better than Iverson. Because, that's what I'm talking about. Because the hardware actually means something. We've seen Kobe in the finals. We've seen that too. Kobe be completely unstoppable, right? We saw Iverson in the finals one time. So I ain't even looking at that though. It leaves a lot to the imagination, right? Yeah, I ain't even looking at that. When I think about how great players are, I don't really use the accolades about what I see in them as players. Like I see them for who they like. When I think of Kobe, I think of 2005 Kobe. That's the best Kobe I've ever seen. I think of 2005 Kobe. When I think of Iverson, I think of 2001 Iverson. Those are the best Iverson I've ever seen. You talking about when Kobe dropped 81? No, that was after 2005. 2005, he was like wearing Jordans. He was averaging like 30, 35 a game. I think he dropped 81 the season after that. He was like unstoppable. It's around about that time. Yeah, it's right after. Like I'm talking about a particular season though. Like this particular season, it was like you didn't want to play Kobe, bro. And I don't think anybody's ever felt like they really, really didn't want to play Iverson. Like they know they're gonna have a hard night, but you didn't want to play Kobe this year. Like he the last nigga you want to see. Like he was hated. The whole league hated this nigga. Listen, man, if they hated him. If people in the league felt like they didn't want to play Kobe, which I agree with, because he was an absolute beast, he's number 3 for me. He was 6'7" though. He's number 3 for me all time. He was 6'7". He was gonna dunk on you. He's number 3 for me. So I'm not arguing against how good Kobe was. Well, yeah. What I'm saying is, if there were dudes in the league that was afraid of playing Kobe, I guarantee you there were just as many dudes who was afraid of playing Iverson. Not as many. Oh, come on. Listen, at one time it had to be. Because for me, before he lost that crossover, for sure, I know niggas didn't want to play him. Man, listen. He still was crossing niggas. When there was no Shaq, and it was Kobe all by himself, and Kobe was having these amazing seasons like you've never seen him before. It was just Kobe. It was just Kobe, and his team wasn't going anywhere. And he was getting double and triple team like he was talking about with Iverson. And I have seen that also. And I've seen that also from Iverson. Except Iverson was doing it by himself and got to the finals against Kobe and Shaq by himself. He had a decent team though. That's not really fair. That man team wasn't decent. They had good role players. Aaron McKee. Kobe didn't have no good role players. Eric Snow. Come on, man. Was good role players. Theo Ratliff, the Kimbe. Theo, yes. Keep going. Bro Outlaw. Them niggas was good role players. They wasn't bad. I'm telling you, man. No. Who was these niggas Kobe was playing with? Bro, we don't even know these niggas to this day. We don't know. Mutombo, but that man was done. Them niggas, they was good role players. Like they were good enough. That's what I'm telling you about KD being in Brooklyn. You know who the Lakers had?
That's what I'm saying. Nobody.
What you mean nobody?
Smush Parker, bro. Smush Parker was the best. Kwame Brown, Smush Parker.
They didn't go to the finals, is my point. They suck.
But these niggas not as good.
I'm talking about the people I'm talking about the people that was playing against Iverson. Look at Iverson's team compared to the Laker team.
Okay, also we leaving out the fact that Iverson was in the East Coast. The East Coast was not like it is now back then. And that's
just telling you.
That's part of the LeBron thing that everybody be talking about.
That
doesn't.
Kind
of a cakewalk.
First of all,
the East Coast was a little cakewalk over there.
The East, when LeBron was over there, was not a cakewalk. Two, it doesn't matter. I'm talking about the finals matchup. I'm talking about the disparity between the two teams, period.
I'm telling you why Iverson was able to get to the finals, because the East was a cakewalk.
Listen, if Kobe was in the East with the team he had,
they would have damn near got to the conference finals.
No, they wouldn't have. They wouldn't have, because they sucked.
They did.
They sucked. No, they didn't. They sucked because Kobe.
I'm saying they didn't
want to make everybody else around him better. Kobe was just like, man, give me the ball. I'm getting buckets.
That's what Iverson was doing.
No, he wasn't. Iverson had dudes balling, bro. Like his intent. Iverson wasn't selfish. Iverson just went off because nobody could stop him. But he would share the ball because he was a point guard in the league. Like, so.
Not when they went to the finals. He was a 2 guard.
I said he was a point guard in the league. When was Kobe Bryant ever a point guard?
He hasn't been. But he basically is a point guard. He played point forward. He played point shooting guard just like LeBron played point forward. It's the same thing. He bring the ball up the court most of the time, not Derek Fisher.
Yes, Derek Fisher bring the ball up most of the time.
No.
Kobe brings the ball up sometimes.
Kobe bring the ball up most of the time.
No, bro. Derek Fisher brought the ball up most of the time. Kobe brought the ball up some of the time.
I'll let you have. I disagree though, but I'll let you have that.
I'm just saying. And bringing the ball up doesn't make you a point guard, by the way.
But he's bringing the ball up to set the offense. They running the triangle offense. Kobe's bringing the ball up a lot to set the offense.
He's bringing the ball up because
in that moment he's not technically the point guard, but that's his role.
He's bringing the ball up because the triangle offense doesn't move without him. So if he's taking his time to get up the court, he might as well just give him the ball.
Exactly.
So he can give it off to Derek Fisher, come around a little down screen or whatever, or just come down, turn and pin him down and get the ball in the high post.
I'm just saying Derek Fisher was such a good shooter. It didn't matter which one of them brought the ball up. He could play off the ball a lot because he's a spot-up shooter. Derek Fisher's a spot-up shooter.
Yeah, you proved my point.
Yeah, so I'm saying he ain't a point guard, but he got point guard responsibility, so it make him the same as what you talking about with Iverson.
No, I'm talking about their willingness to pass the ball.
The willingness to pass.
Better. I'm not talking about what they were capable of doing, or
they both average around the same assists that
they had
for their career.
Yeah, but I'm saying though,
they do the same shit.
Okay,
Kobe just do it a little better.
And you still proving my point. Kobe did it a little better because he had more help.
Yeah, he did. But I'm saying if he had them same role players Iverson had, he'd have similar success in the Eastern Conference. That's all I'm saying.
That Iverson did. Yeah, this is my point.
He had the same success Iverson had in the Eastern Conference.
So
and vice versa.
Yeah, if they were on different, if he had Iverson's team and Iverson had his team, like Iverson would probably still do the same thing because that's what Iverson's team was like.
But the same shit what Kobe did. Yeah.
No, Iverson did not have as good of players that Kobe Bryant did.
No, you were talking to me about when he was by himself and there was no Shaq and there was no Powell and there was no Lamar Odom in that middle part. Them niggas is not as good as the Sixers. Them niggas is trash.
If you talking about
not Anderson Varejao, the white kid, I can't even think of that dude's name. Smush Parker. Who else was on that fucking team? Bro, there's nobody.
Talking about Sasha Vujacic?
Yeah, Sasha Vujacic,
Bruh,
fucking
I'm
Chris Parker, Kwame Brown. Them niggas is not as good as
they
Theo
don't
Radler, Aaron McKee, and
them dudes suck.
Eric Snow. That's what I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
they
They
suck,
terrible.
but
Them
so
niggas is
did
terrible.
okay, but so did the teammates that he had over there in the East.
No, them niggas was good role players.
No,
They
bro.
didn't suck.
Yes,
They
they
didn't
did.
suck.
Yes, they
Aaron
did.
McKee was a good player. Theo
Aaron,
Radcliffe was a good player. He wasn't great
okay,
on offense, but he was a good player.
okay. You talking about Trevor
I'm talking
Reeves?
about
You
was a
talking
good
about
player.
Devin
He's an
George?
old, that's an old guy.
You talking about a bunch of dudes that played for the Lakers? Lamar Odom. You talking about?
I'm not talking about them because they wasn't there yet. Lamar Odom wasn't there yet at that time.
If to me, if you would have switched them, right? If you would have
Well, he
swapped
got
them,
all them dudes you talking about. They went back to the finals,
yes, that's what I'm talking about. So if you would have
but they
swapped
won.
them, if you would have swapped them, if their numbers are similar, is what I'm saying. If you would have swapped them, I think that
Iverson had the
Iverson
same success.
probably would have had the same level of success
I agree.
that he was having in the East.
I agree with you.
Okay,
But it
so
would have been the same for Kobe if he was over there. It would have been the same.
yeah, the same success he was having over there with the Lakers, which is
No,
scoring a
it would
bunch
have
of
been the
points,
same. It would have been the same
which
for
is
Iverson
scoring a
because
bunch of points,
that
but
shit
not
would
going
work in the
anywhere
East
as a
Coast.
team.
That shit would work for him in the East Coast. That's what I'm saying. He would get to the finals too with them dudes.
No, see, you're comparing a specific time. You're comparing only Iverson's final run and team to Kobe's 81 season, I guess. So, which are two different time periods, but it's like 4 years apart or something like that, or 5.
You want to use 2001 Kobe? Because 2001 Kobe was, to me, arguably damn near as good. He just wasn't as precise. He wasn't as precise with his movements to
He
score.
wasn't as
Like
good as Allen Iverson,
he was,
but
he
you
was
still
right
haven't
there.
admitted that yet. But
He was
anyway,
right there though.
I'm saying
No, but I said Kobe was the best from 2003 to
if
2013.
well,
That's
look,
what I said.
whatever. Okay. But I'm just
So
saying, you said,
2001, I was
but
admitting to you that he wasn't the
you
best shooting guard in the league.
repeatedly told me that Iverson was not better than Kobe at one point.
No, I was saying to all together, he wasn't better than Kobe. He wasn't better than him.
I don't think he's altogether better than Kobe either.
Yeah, from 2000, but in that time area that you're talking about, he is arguably better than Kobe in 2001 for sure. But as
No, he's
2003,
definitely better than Kobe in 2001. But I can say he was better than Kobe in 2003, 2004, and 2005.
But I don't think that. I don't think he was anywhere near Kobe at that time.
Yeah, I do. Because Kobe wasn't doing nothing but scoring a bunch of points. He wasn't winning games, is my point.
He was being a lockdown
Iverson,
defender.
and
I don't care about
Iverson in those years would be winning games like he was doing.
That don't, like, I don't take away from Charles Barkley being great because he didn't win a certain amount of championships. I don't like it. Doesn't change.
I don't
his
take
wins
away
and losses
from that
don't
either.
affect. I'm saying his wins and losses don't affect what I see in him as a player.
I don't hold
it's the same thing with Kobe.
I don't hold that against him either. Like,
it's the same thing with Iverson. I don't care that he didn't win championships. I see him as who he is. Like, and he's not as good as Kobe. Like, he's great, and Kobe's great, but he's not. He's just not as good as Kobe. And he
was at one point
for like a few years, yeah.
Oh,
and Kobe was better than LeBron for a few years.
LeBron came in the league in 2003, so he was better than him for about 2 years, maybe 2-3 years.
I don't think he was better than him for 2-3 years. I think he was better than him for like a decade. Especially when the whole time he was in Cleveland, to me, Kobe was better.
Clearly, you think Kobe was better than him for a decade because you said the years 2003 to 2013. And you said 2003 specifically because that's the year that LeBron James came into the league. Now,
I wasn't using LeBron.
You and your All Roads Lead to LeBron podcast, we understand how you feel about him. But it's not
I
about
wasn't talking
LeBron.
about
It's
I
not
wasn't
about
talking about
LeBron being
LeBron.
better than Kobe. Like, obviously for me, LeBron is better over all time than
He
Kobe
is.
Bryant is, right? And
He
so
is.
that's probably the strongest argument to say that Kobe Bryant was better than him from 2003 to 2013.
He was.
He wasn't. But for
He
me,
was. If we
for
were saying this
me,
in Cleveland, we definitely be saying he is.
for me, the most evidence points to Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan is amazing.
How can you say that Tim Duncan's not better than Kobe?
Because he's not.
Which, by the way, didn't he win the MVP in between 2003 and 2013?
Tim Duncan?
Yes.
I just had that shit pulled up and I closed it out. He definitely won MVP one of those years. I think it was 2002. Because if I'm not mistaken, KG won in 2001, 2003. One of those. Damn, I just had this damn window open. Same, and I ain't mean to close it. That same very question. Now my computer going slow as shit. Of course. Technical difficulties on the podcast. Plays random elevator music. A few hours later.
Okay, so he won the MVP twice.
Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
I'm saying there's been multiple years Kobe should have won MVP that he didn't get it. There's been multiple years Shaq could have won MVP that he didn't get it. Like, so I mean, it's hard to say.
I agree.
Because there's so many niggas that could have been MVP every year.
I agree.
And they just vote and niggas get the nod, bro. But like LeBron could have been MVP 3-4 more seasons than he got.
Easy.
Yeah. So I'm saying it's hard to say that Kobe shouldn't have more MVPs than he has. I
agree. I'm just saying, you can't tell me that Tim Duncan don't deserve to have the two that he has.
No, I mean, he's the greatest power forward of all time. And that's the title we give him. But we're not saying he's better than Kobe.
So
because he's not.
So I can say he's better than Kobe because he delivered
on paper.
What you mean on paper?
This is back to the accolades stuff that we was talking about. For you, a lot of that is about accolades. For me, it's not.
No, for me, it's about what did you do. And so if you
that's
only
the same as accolades.
If you only score a bunch of points, right, which
that's
is not
all he did,
which is not the totality of Kobe Bryant's game, right?
That's not all he did.
That's what I'm saying. That's not the totality of his game, just scoring. But that's what he did exceptionally well, which is score the ball. And that's what you like. Right. You like people who score the ball well, right?
I don't. I like defenders. I like defenders. I don't like people.
Give me your top two players of all time.
My top two players of all time?
Yes.
Michael and Kobe.
Okay. And every time we having a discussion, you bring up what makes them great.
Michael's an exceptional defender.
You don't talk about this man's defense.
No, but I'm talking about them as entire players. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
like I'm talking about their defense
that's what makes them top three for me.
Yeah,
but like that's part of it. But when we're having a discussion or an argument about who the GOAT is or whatever, you talk about their scoring.
It comes down to scoring numbers. When we rank them,
so you can't tell me that I'm looking at accolades and you not. I'm talking about what they have done. And what they have done is stated, is understood in numbers.
Yeah, and you would be talking about their MVPs. You be talking about how they got so many.
And why do you get MVPs?
Because being an outstanding player at that time, correct?
Because of numbers. You get MVPs because of numbers. So
I'm saying you talking about that, but I don't be talking about that.
It's all the same. Because for the people that I bring up, oh yeah, you won an MVP. Like you can't say, well, your argument is, well, he could have won the MVP. And it's like, but he didn't. And the reason this man did win was because of numbers. So it's always about the numbers for me. And so
but it don't have to be about an individual numbers though. Or it don't have to be about the team numbers for you to talk about how great the players are individually either.
yes, it does.
It don't. Both of them don't have to correlate for you to know how good of a player is. Like, I mean, there's a lot of players that we don't even discuss that are amazing.
I mean, I don't need it to be there to recognize.
I'm saying like Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady is one of the best shooting guards of all time, but he ain't
I
won
agree.
shit.
I agree.
So I'm saying I can't use his accolades to say how great he is, and I don't have to do that with Kobe or LeBron.
Yes, you do, because you talk about their scoring. And the reason you can talk about their scoring is because they have the numbers. So what I'm saying, Tracy McGrady got the numbers too.
But he don't have none of the he don't have none of the other accolades.
What are you talking about? I'm not talking about accolades. That was the word you used.
I'm using accolades to talk about MVPs.
I'm talking about
championships and all of that.
I brought up Tim Duncan winning the MVP in that span where you were saying wasn't nobody better than Kobe, because I think Tim Duncan was better than Kobe.
But we know that this is a guard-dominated league.
So at one time, I think
Tim Duncan like to watch guards.
Okay, that's my point.
Guards are more exciting.
To you.
That's why we regard the guards as better players.
I'm not more exciting and better does not court. That's not the same thing.
It's almost like we have to separate the league when we talk about big men and little and smaller guards. And I think that's what don't happen. We should be talking about who's the best big men of all time and who are the best guards of all time. I think they should be different conversations because they're different type of basketball players.
No, we shouldn't. Just be objective. Just be objective. Just say,
okay, in my objection, Kobe and Michael are the best players ever. To me,
that's to you.
Yeah,
right. Everybody's got their opinion, and
you're gonna say Michael and LeBron are the best players ever.
Yes.
So I'm saying we still pick LeBron really like a guard. He's a small forward, but he do guard shit. So I'm not saying he's a guard, but he do guard shit. So when we look at him, we see guard shit.
Anytime you dominate the ball, anytime you dominate the ball like that, like
he do guard shit. Not to mention he was a point guard 2 seasons, 2 or 3 seasons. He's been the point guard.
Joel Embiid is doing right now is incredible.
But he's doing
that. Yeah. Jokic, this man won MVP last year and trying to win it again this year because he's balling.
He probably will be MVP again.
Who, Jokic?
Yeah. I think he'll win it again.
I don't think he will.
He playing better than Joel.
But we'll see.
And their record is gonna be right there. And he's having the best season statistically of any center ever. Yes. No, ever.
Of his career. It's amazing.
Yeah, so I think he'll be back-to-back MVP unless they just feel bad and give it to Joel.
I don't know.
But they do that though. That was my point about what I was saying about the MVP thing. It's so hit and miss because they do shit like that. They be, oh, LeBron got too many MVPs. Let's give it to somebody else. Let's give it to Derrick Rose. What? No. LeBron's still the MVP. Why are you giving Derrick Rose a trophy? Not to say I don't want him to get it, but LeBron deserves it more. He just do. I'm just saying picking MVPs is always. I don't think it should only be one MVP trophy. I think it should be 2 every year, one for the East Conference, one for the Western Conference. I don't never think it should just be one MVP trophy.
So you want to split it up like baseball?
And we got too many players in the league for you to give out one trophy. There's always 6 or 7 niggas in the league that could possibly be MVP. Especially this year, we haven't had a year like this in a long time.
So you want to make more trophies?
You got 7 niggas that could possibly be MVP this year. Arguably, Ja could be MVP.
Easy.
It was a point where Steph could have been MVP. Joel could be MVP. DeMar DeRozan could be MVP. Jokic could be MVP.
Yeah, but
it's a lot of niggas.
You want to pass out trophies like you want to pass out the title of GOAT. It don't work like that, bro. It don't work. That's the point of conferences. That's the point of a trophy, right? That's the point of being called the GOAT. Like
who would really look at it different if we gave out 2 MVP trophies?
I
You
would,
both would be MVP.
I would,
We
but
went.
who's the MVP of the league?
I'm
That's what
saying
I
after a
would.
while we wouldn't even care that there are 2 trophies anymore.
I still care about baseball, and I
The
wasn't
other
even
niggas
born when
deserve,
they started it.
the other niggas deserve their trophy too, bro. Like you can't just erase them folks' career having this amazing season. They might never have an amazing season like this again.
They might
DeMar
not.
DeRozan deserves an MVP trophy.
Pretty
Because this is some
bad.
MVP
It's
shit that
sad.
he done did.
It's part of sports.
Man, no.
Suck it up, man. Look,
DeMar DeRozan deserves his trophy, bro.
you had a great season, bro. Like you didn't win it.
He deserved that shit.
Okay, be better next year and win it. Right? Make sure you win.
Iverson
is what
deserved
it
more
is.
MVP trophies. Kobe deserved more MVP trophies.
It is what
LeBron
it is.
deserved more MVP trophies. Like I'm saying, like, bro, if
Like,
there's 2 of them, you're gonna get your trophy. And
it
you
is
deserve
what
that
it is.
motherfucker.
All I'm saying is when we were having a discussion about Steve Nash, you brought up the fact that he won an MVP.
I did because he did. Because he was out of all the niggas I've ever seen play basketball, he was on that Chris Paul shit. Like, and he controlled that team. And the stuff that he was doing to make them dudes better around him was, if that's not MVP shit, I don't know what is. He was doing LeBron-esque shit at 6 feet and shooting the ball at 50, 40, 90 on top of that. Averaging 12, 11 assists a game. Getting everybody involved in the game. You know, all these niggas was cold because of him. They wasn't this good. They was great. They was good, but they wasn't that good. He made them niggas look great. Amari Stoudemire, Sean Marion, Joe Johnson, fucking Stephen Hunter was looking good. Barbosa. These niggas wasn't as good as they looked in Phoenix. They looked amazing in Phoenix, and it was because of Steve. Steve was out there directing traffic with all types of lights and whistles and shit. He deserved that damn trophy. But he didn't deserve it more than Kobe. He didn't deserve it more than Shaq. But he deserved it. If they would have gave them 2, it would have been one for him and Shaq and one for Kobe and him when they won. He still could have been MVP. You're not saying nothing.
On the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Man, Steve was amazing. Steve Nash was amazing, bro. He one of the best point guards all the time. And he was doing shit that I hadn't seen. I hadn't seen from nobody. The only person I can compare it to is Chris Paul and Isaiah Thomas. The only 2 dudes I can even compare what he was doing to.
I thought you were about to say Ricky Rubio.
Ricky Rubio.
That's your boy. That's your boy.
He's a backup point guard. He's just
man, you told me that man was
guard,
a starting point guard in the league. Don't call him a backup now.
He's
Don't
a backup.
you call him a backup now.
He has backup talent. He is a starting point guard. He's been starting his whole career.
Ali, you told me.
I know what I said.
That he's been starting point guard. Last year, your word.
Literally,
I was walking in Walmart getting cereal. You said to me, Ricky Rubio is a starting point guard in the league. I said, man, you gotta be crazy. You said, come on, man, he is.
He is. No, literally, he is literally a starting point guard. Man. He been starting in the league his whole fucking career. He is a starting point guard, man.
Man, look here.
Sure. He is. But no, I wasn't saying that I would pick him over everybody. But in particularly right now, I would rather have him on the Lakers than Russell Westbrook. I guarantee you, he wouldn't be hurt, and they'd be winning more games.
No, thank you. Yeah, they'll win more games. They'll win more games.
He fits with LeBron.
They'll win more games and lose in the first round of the playoffs. Is what they would do.
Man, Ricky Rubio IQ is amazing. He's an amazing passer. He's a decent shooter. His assist to turnover ratio is amazing. No, you put him on any system, he's going to be an amazing point guard for you.
With Russ,
I feel like that about Jordan Dragic. There's a lot of niggas like that. They not stars, but they solid point guards.
I agree. I don't disagree with that. But with Russ, who is better than a solid point guard.
Yeah, he is.
Your ceiling is way higher. So
yeah, it could
but
be, but it hasn't been.
That's who Russ is. That he's always been like that. It's either high success or it's a bust. Like it's all or nothing. You have to, like, you got to make sure that you capitalize because you have that possibility with him. Excuse me, he's that good. He can get team going and win games, multiple games, string them together. He's done that his whole career. He could make big plays in big games. He's done that his whole career. So you don't have those intangibles that you get with the Ricky Rubio. I mean, the two things that are alarming are his assist to turnover ratio.
That's the most important part about being a point guard.
And his 3-point percentage. And I don't disagree with you. And his 3-point percentage, right? In comparison to Russell Westbrook, especially this year, is not even close. However, you don't have the ability to go deep into the playoffs, possibly get to the final. You don't have that a bit. Like Ricky Rubio ain't helping you do that. He's helping you win games. LeBron James has had Mo Williams on his team before. LeBron James has had Zydrunas Ilgauskas on his team before. These are guys that are good enough. Like they're good basketball players, which is what you're saying. That goes back to
Mo ain't no Ricky Rubio. He is a scorer. I'm saying Ricky Rubio is the type
Mo
of
Williams' assist to turnover ratio was pretty good.
But he ain't really running the point guard.
His shooting field goal percentage was pretty good.
Yeah, so, but he's not really a point guard. On paper, he is.
No, my point is this: like that's why I use Zydrunas Ilgauskas. It's not about the position; it's about you just being good.
You know, you need the point guard to be
Russ
amazing.
is better than just
handling the ball.
Well, they got DJ Augustine for that. DJ Augustine not gonna turn the ball over. He's gonna shoot the ball well, and he can distribute. Right? Yeah, he can come off the screen and he can be a distributor. So it's like you're not telling me you're gonna put DJ Augustine in the starting lineup over Russell Westbrook. No.
It would be an amazing idea.
No, it's not happening. It's ridiculous because of reasons that we talked about before.
Man, I know what you're talking about with the attitudes and all of that shit. But
but I'm saying like all of that matters. And the point is, even though he's messing up, you want to get the most out of him because he's on your team. You're not trading him. You're not getting rid of him. So in order for me to get the most out of Russ, I've got to play him. I can't sit him down, although my instincts are telling me to.
I'd rather get the most out of my season than make one player happy.
It's not about making one player happy. It's about putting the players in positions so they can be successful. Because if they're successful, we all will be successful.
They don't successful off the bench.
Listen, you can put Russ on the bench all you want. Without Russ, the team that they have is horrible. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but
do you not think that Russ eventually had to come off the bench in his career?
Maybe, but it ain't right now.
They have to come off the bench.
Listen, this is not the time for Frank Vogel to put Russ on the bench because whoever he replaces him with is not going to be good enough. The Lakers suck right now as a whole, not just
come
Russ.
Off the bench and still get starter minutes. You can be Ginobili. You can be a fucking Jamal Crawford. You can still have a great impact on the game coming off the bench.
Yeah, listen.
And finish the games.
Listen, those teams, the coaches of those teams had something else in place of Ginobili coming off the bench. Okay? Jamal Crawford coming off the bench. You can point to they always had somebody in San Antonio, right, at the shooting guard position.
Jordan Clarkson the same way.
Who was giving them buckets and who played defense. Right, so they weren't losing anything. Plus, you had Tim Duncan and you had Tony Parker in the starting lineup, and so not to mention all the rest of your starters were playing their role. So you were okay in the situation of the Lakers. Whoever they replace him with, they're still going to suck So for Frank Vogel, for him trying to set Russ down right now is ridiculous because there's no payoff.
We're not sitting him down though. You just changing your lineup.
Yes, you are. You sitting him down until
if he's still playing 35 minutes a game, you're not sitting him down.
Listen, if you're not a starter, right? It doesn't.
Right. They play the shit out of Austin
because
Reeves.
It's not about sitting him down, right? If you taking somebody, if you bringing somebody in off of the bench, what are you bringing them off of the bench for? You don't just bring them off of the bench so you can say you're not a starter and you coming off of the bench. No, it means that you're not on the floor with other people. That's what that means. So if he's not on the floor with LeBron, how can he still play 35 minutes and not be on the floor with somebody who's almost leading the league in minutes per game?
It's the same thing Ginobili does.
It doesn't make sense.
Same.
It's not the same thing because so why are you? It's not the same thing. You're getting the same output from him.
But no, you need him with the second string guys because they struggle.
And he plays with the second string guys
occasionally, but he comes in with the starters.
Listen, because LeBron plays so many minutes, right? There are times when Russ is not playing. When Russ is playing without LeBron, because LeBron goes to the bench for little spurts, so he has to be out of the game. And during that time when he's out of the game, Russ is usually in the game, and so he's playing with other guys. But my point is this: if he is not going to go to the bench, and you're not going to replace him with somebody who's still giving you something, then it's pointless, because now you have to deal with why he feels he's being set down for whatever reason. And that's a part of managing these superstars. We just talked about these dudes being neighborhood guys, man.
Man, I don't think you look at the bench like I look at the bench overall. Like, I think when you say it, you think about it in a way like you ain't in the league no more or some shit, or you like put the shame for coming off the bench. Like,
I'm not.
Being a starter is not that important.
I don't care. I don't care about none of that.
Who finishes the game and how many minutes you get in the game.
I don't care about it. I came off the bench in high school. I came off the bench in college.
Man, this is a job. That's what I'm saying.
Care.
This is your job.
Yes,
it's your job though.
Exactly.
You have to play the position that the coach tells you to do, and what coach tells you to do is what you should be doing.
You misunderstanding me, Ali. The reason that I have the view that I have is because that's what reality is. That's not me supposing that the NBA is should be a certain way. That's not how I feel. That's not what the bench is. I look at the bench as a part of the game. You have not 5 players, you have 12 players at your disposal.
Right.
So on any given night. So you use them in a way that helps your team win.
Correct.
And so you maximize that by also playing to these guys who have massive egos. You have to give to their egos. You can't just treat them any kind of way. When you have a superstar like Russell Westbrook, the reason he's a superstar is because of the intangibles that I listed. That's why the ceiling is so high. Because
do you think that Russell will be gone next year?
What'd you say?
Do you think Russell will be gone next year?
No, I'm not answering that right now. What I'm talking about is his ceiling being high. Because his ceiling is so high, you have the possibility. You have the chance that you can achieve some great things because you have him on your team. And so I'm not going to deal with him having an adverse reaction to one of my actions. And that's part of my job as a manager, as a coach. I'm supposed to maximize my players, because guess what? When Russ plays awesome, they win.
They win, yeah.
So I have to get the most out of him. So yeah, me moving him to the bench is dangerous.
Play awesome out the bench.
It's dangerous.
It's a gamble.
It's dangerous, not because I think that that's important. But because that's reality.
I think this is to be the only time that you could ever put Russ on the bench in his whole career. This is the perfect time for you to put him on the bench.
It's not.
His confidence ain't where it used to be. Like he's not gonna be shocked by you asking him to come off the bench for the team. He said it out of his mouth. He said, whatever is best for the team, that's what I want to do. He said that. And he knew he said that because his play was terrible. So at this very moment, if you think that that's best for the team and he's only got 1 year, he could be with the Lakers, which I know he does because he's going to be gone next year. He got 1 year, and I need to maximize what I can get out of the team for this season. I'm going to bring him out the bench because I need him specifically with them second unit guys. I don't need him on the court with LeBron. LeBron going to do all the LeBron shit when he's not on the court.
So are you going to restrict his minutes then? Are you taking minutes from him?
I'm not restricting his minutes.
So how do you expect him to be on the court without LeBron?
He don't have to be on the court without LeBron. He's just going to the tempo of the game is going to be dictated before he gets in there. Like the pace of the game will already be dictated before he gets in there. LeBron and Russell play completely different styles of basketball. LeBron is a half-court player, and Russ is not. So they already at odds about that shit. Not at odds, but I'm talking about looking at it from a bird's eye view. So he want to do one thing, LeBron want to do something different, and it usually causes the issue between their chemistry on the court if you really pay attention to it. So I'm going to bring in Russ when I take LeBron out the game or towards before I take LeBron out the game, not the entire time LeBron in there in the first place. I want him to come in with the Tyler Horton Tuckers, the Austin Reeves, or I can put Austin Reeves in the starting lineup or put Taylor Horton Tucker in the starting lineup. And he can still get 30 minutes a game. He ain't been playing but like 30 minutes a game. He can still get all of that and finish the fourth quarter out. The pace of the game will already be dictated. And hopefully all the games won't be close. Like all they fucking games is close as hell. They don't never blow no teams out. They don't never easily win. They either down by a shit ton or all the games are close as hell. Like everybody they play, they be close with the Rockets. They be close with Orlando. They be close with Seattle. The point is that the lineup is fucked. Yeah, but
they suck. Even without Russ. Right. Even without Russ in the starting line, it doesn't matter what you do.
They're not fucking coaching right.
Suck. They suck.
It matters. So, it matters what the coaches do. Yeah. The coaches have just as much to be part of this as they do.
Ali, I don't disagree with you that Russ is better suited coming off of the bench. I think it's smart as a coach to do that if you're playing a video game.
Get that shit over with.
But you're not playing a video game.
Get that shit over with before the playoffs.
You're not playing a video game. You can't control these people. If you somehow get this man stuck into whatever headspace he's in right now, then that potentially ends not just your season, but if you Frank Vogel, your career.
I get what you're saying. Frank Vogel's career not gonna be over with after this year.
Man, listen, it could be. He could lose the
job. It don't matter what he do.
And not get another head coaching job. Like it's possible.
He'll get another coaching job. He might not be another head coach. He probably won't be another head coach after this period.
Okay, so doesn't that mean that his career is over? Like
means he need to gamble. He need to roll these fucking dice while he can.
Okay. Okay, so his gamble is holding his guns.
No.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea.
To you?
It is. Because I want to see these niggas winning. I don't want to turn on sports every day and talk about how the Lakers have another disappointing 30-point loss. I win it every day.
I don't think so. I think that the Lakers are better winning the playoff game, winning two play-in games, getting into a series, and beating a Utah or somehow not Memphis. They're not beating Memphis, but a Dallas, a Minnesota, dare I say, some kind of way.
I got another question.
Yeah.
I was gonna let you finish.
No, but I'm just saying, like, and now because teams and players' guards were down.
Yeah.
About the Lakers. Like, remember, LeBron put Golden State out last year by himself. Well, he beat them so they could advance in the play-in game, and then Memphis put them out. But like that potential is still there, and still having Russ. It's like, okay, we just need one game at a time. They can do.
But they got to string together about 16 games.
Yeah, but that's
and they haven't done anything like that all season.
They don't have to string. It's a playoff series. It's best out of 7, so you don't have to string together that many.
No, I'm saying, I'm not saying literally, but I'm saying like it's a short span of time.
Right.
That they're gonna have to put together 16 games.
Yes,
and done it all fucking season.
And I think that they can do that.
Yeah, but if you haven't tried everything that you could possibly do to see if you can get the best potential out of a situation, how can you expect to do that shit in the playoffs? You ain't even tried to do it in the regular season. Okay, so this is my question. My question is, if we had brought Russ off the bench starting from the All-Star break, and we get that out the way, like we let him feel however the fuck he want to feel about it, and then starting the playoffs after we get in, because I know we're gonna play better with him off the bench. After we get in to the playoffs, we bring him back into the starting lineup. You don't think he's gonna play a shit ton better?
I mean, those sound like awesome strategies.
It is.
I don't know if they would. I don't know if they would work.
I wouldn't even tell him he was getting back in the starting lineup when the playoffs start. But when the playoffs start, he gonna be in the starting 5.
It seems like they seem like some strategic decisions. Like I said, I don't think that they're wrong. They could possibly work, but the point is they could also possibly not work. Right? They're just theories. Like
all this shit ain't gonna work anyway, Joe.
You don't know.
Next year, all this shit gonna get blown up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
LeBron changed the whole team every year. So I'm just saying, bro, they never gonna have no camaraderie. They never gonna have no chemistry. Anyway, you might as well try every fucking thing you can. Sit Russ at the end of the fucking bench. I don't give a damn.
Man, don't that man got like two more years on his contract?
LeBron?
No, Westbrook.
Russ. Man, he's not gonna be there next year. They gonna trade that man for anything next year.
Not happening. Because his contract is too much.
Mikal Bridges. I know that.
His contract is too much. And then teams are not willing to give stuff up for him right now because his stock is down, man.
Dude not gonna be there next year. I don't care how it happens.
Not.
These niggas is masterminds when it comes to getting rid of people.
Man, DeMar DeRozan should have been a Laker. That's all I'm saying.
Definitely. Buddy Hield should have been a Laker too. They could have had both of them. Could have both of them niggas. They could have had Buddy Hield, DeMar DeRozan, and still had Rajon Rondo or DJ Augustine.
But they didn't want to pay DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah. Or they could have had.
They didn't want to give that man 3 years.
Or they could have had all of them in Ricky Rubio.
All right, and that concludes the 5th episode of Neighborhood Guys, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in
man,
and watching us talk about what we love. Oh yeah,
you didn't do that.
Yeah, you know what time it is. We gotta talk about the Grizzlies, not the Grizzlies, but the Tigers, the Memphis Tigers right now.
Educate the people about the Tigers in Boise State.
I mean, we just dominated. We dominated from the tip to the end of the game. Money Bates is back, and Jalen Duren still looks like a stud. He's a beast. Man, I'm telling you, Memphis is hungry. Lomax looks like he's after it. Tyler Harris is still a spark coming off the bench. Coming off the bench. I mean, Williams is balling. Dandridge down there is a beast. Like,
what's the big guy's name?
Jalen Duren?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's he might be a lottery pick.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Like, I ain't have to watch much of him to know he's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, that boy's a beast, man.
Like so I do eye tests with everybody. Like if I watch you for a few minutes and I see some shit, that's what it is. Like that's who you are.
Listen, man, I'm excited. I feel like we got a chance to beat Gonzaga.
Yeah, we be in Sweet 16. We be in Sweet 16 for sure.
I think I don't have us winning on my bracket that I filled out, but I do have us going to Sweet 16. I think
We be in
Duke.
the Sweet 16.
I think Duke is going to win it all because they have a good team and it's Coach K's last year, so I think the refs are going.
Really?
Yeah, I think the refs going. I think the
Don't
refs
say
going to
that.
help them out a little bit. I think.
Don't say that.
No. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna tell you because
It's one thing to say the refs,
they're-
something about the refs in NBA, but saying that shit about college basketball is bad.
their team is
Don't say
good.
that.
Their team is good, but I
You
think
trying to get it? You trying to get us fined?
just
I'm gonna get us
having
sued. You gonna get us fined?
just having their the calls go their way
Yeah.
is enough to get them over the hump if they need it. Because other than that, like their team by itself is a pretty good team, and there's no dominant team this year that's just hands down better than everybody else. So
Right.
I think Arizona is good. I think Duke and Arizona will probably be in the national championship game, and I got Duke winning, man. I think Coach K rides off on the sunset. You know what I mean? And
Right.
you know what I mean?
That'd be
Everything
nice.
is perfect because I mean, too many people love him, and he is a good coach. I'm
Right.
not a Duke fan, but I think they might win it this year. That's my prediction anyway. But Memphis, man, I think
we nice.
I think Penny's building something special. I
He
think
is.
for everybody who was alarmed by this season, which was unprecedented and a crazy season anyway, who feels like, oh, well, maybe they need to get rid of him. Maybe he's not the guy. Like, you clearly have no patience. It's only this man's second year. Like, calm down.
Right.
Like, let him. Third year. Calm down. Let this man do his job. And so it takes time. It takes time to build a good team. We see now, especially with them having the G League open for 18-year-olds, and also players and these young men having the ability and their families to take the option to go overseas and play as opposed to going to college for years or whatever. So it's like now the college, like if you really want to be successful, the college program is going to have veterans again. You can't just be trying to get those one and dones. You're gonna, if you want to have a successful program, you're gonna have to have guys that are deciding to stay there, where it's 2 years or 3 years, and be good enough. You know what I'm saying? But you got to develop them, and that speaks to a good program. I think that's what Penny has. I think that's what he's doing with those guys. Even though a lot of those guys are young, you got guys that are not young, like Harris and Lomax, and guys that are your glue that hold that team together. And then I think we'll continue to see them getting better and better. They won it the NIT last year. Even though we wanted them to get into the big dance and they didn't. It was like, man, that kind of sucks. But then they, we got surprised that they were in the NIT. It was like, okay, the NIT, and then they win it. They win.
We'll take something.
Like, right, we're not that bad. We know what the NIT stands for, not important tournament. But that's beside the point. But the point is that they won something. They won something, right? And that was credit to Penny getting them to be locked in when it seemed like it didn't make sense to. And so just like when everybody was throwing away their season, there's infighting and there's jealousy and it's all of these accusations that were being thrown at the team because they were losing some games. They bounced back from all of that. Still had a pretty good season, better than last year. We were a 9 seed in the tournament. Didn't we beat an 8 seed in Boise State? Was Boise State 8?
Yeah,
were we 8?
They was a seed above us. I think
they were 8. We were 9. So we beat a lower seed than us, which is good.
We're gonna be the next higher seed than us.
Yeah. We're gonna continue to win and beat teams, but I think that's because Penny he had a chance to go to Orlando. The Magic wanted him to come, but he decided, no, I'm gonna stay and coach here in my alma mater and actually give something back to my city. I'm from Memphis, so I think that's inspiring for the guys that he's recruiting. And I think, he's lighting the fire up under them, man. And they're realizing that we're really good. And we get after it defensively.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to beat a lot of teams, man, because they can't deal with us. We can score the ball on every level. So I think that's tough, man. In college, when you have a program like that, Penny doing an awesome job and leading those young men, and those guys, man, I think we're going to shock a lot of people. And I think we'll only get better from here.
Maybe this should have been Penny Hardaway's Neighborhood Gods episode.
Maybe.
Well, so y'all tune in next time for the Penny Hardaway Neighborhood Guys episode that we continue from this conversation right into that one.
Straight up.
It's something else I missed about the Lakers that I wanted to point out real quick. I'm looking at the Lakers game from when they played the Warriors. And these are the people, the five that they have on the court is just hilarious to me. They got DJ Augustine, Avery Bradley, Russell Westbrook, Carmelo, and who's the fifth guy? Is that five? Augustine, Melo, Russell, Taylor Horton Tucker, and Avery Bradley. That's the five.
THT.
That's the five they have on the floor right now against the Warriors. These guys are on the court at the same time. Bro.
I'm just saying, it ain't all Russ's fault.
I'm not blaming Russ, but I'm saying if he's going to play with these guys, you have to have players that can play their positions around him, and they don't. The roster's fucked up.
Yeah, it's tough. All right, man.
Fucked up.
So look, we'll get with y'all next time on the next episode of Neighborhood.
You're making my fucking head hurt, man.
This man still talking about the Lakers. Look, man.
I don't even get paid to pick people.
Y'all be blessed, man. We appreciate y'all.
Every rec team I ever had.
Peace.
Every rec